2025 NFL Draft Prospect Profiles. You guys are going to like this kid, Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami. Now, if there's ever a wild card, if you want a wild card, this is your wild card because there's significant medical red flags, multiple injuries curtailing his college career, raising concerns about his long-term durability. But man, does the talent stand out on Elijah Arroyo. You can see there at the bottom, the only real big season he had was this last year, 31 receptions on 40 targets, a really decent pass blocker with a lot of potential. He needs some work on his inline blocking technique, one of the biggest criticisms against him, but I'll show you some blocking tape here at the end. Good functional strength, positive in the way that he gets after it. He's able to, and willing and able to be able to dive into any play and sacrifice his body, so that's good, but most of these seasons hampered by injuries. Only 4 games in 2022 as a sophomore season before he was curtailed by injury there for the rest of the season. But 2024 was a good season for him. The big highlight for him is the Senior Bowl, and it jumped out, reaching upward speed of 22 miles an hour on some of his top plays. He's got some shiftiness, some really crisp route running, and some really bizarre speed for a 250-pound tight end. 6'4". You see the measurements here from the Senior Bowl. 6'4", a little 6'4.5", 251 pounds, good sized tight end, and he's a multi-role tight end. He will get in there and block for you. Good route runner, really crisp and clean hands. Scattering report on him says he's a prototypical wide tight end frame with plus length and catch radius, presenting a mismatched nightmare for linebackers and safeties in the red zone. Above average straight line speed for the position, demonstrating the ability to stretch the seam and challenge defenses vertically. Soft hands and natural receiving skills, particularly adept at plucking the ball away from his frame in traffic. Flashes of big play ability evident in limited action with the potential to be a chunk play threat at the next level. High ceiling prospect with untapped potential due to limited collegiate usage, room for growth with proper NFL development. And when you watch his plays here, when you watch his snaps, this looks like the exact type of receiver, a Sam Laporta, a Brock Powers combination, more Sam Laporta, that Ben Johnson might like to use in his offense. So I will not be shocked one bit if the Bears target him. Are they going to wait for 72 in the third round? Oh, look at this play. I love this at the Senior Bowl. He catches it right here, and he's going to punt it away. Oh, I love that fire and pizzazz. I love it. We need some of that on the Bears. We need some. And you have the blocking ability. I won't be shocked if the Bears go ahead and target him at 41. Or if we trade down from 10 and pick up an extra second, say we go down to 17 or 18 and pick up 50 or 51, target him at 50 or 51. Oh, I would be. A lot of places are talking about Elijah Arroyo now as being tight end 3 in this draft class, which is huge, saying he might have jumped ahead of Harold Fannin coming from small school Bowling Green, which would be that's a huge jump. But limited action, what you're getting to see, going to the Senior Bowl was probably the best decision this young man was able to make. The rest of the scouting report says positional versatility to inline in the slot or split out wide, offering valuable formation flexibility to NFL play callers. Exhibits good contact balance and yak ability for his size, capable of turning short catches into substantial gains. Right on cue. Sorry for the whistle there. Right on cue as he took that one to the house. Blue chip pedigree, former 4-star recruit, could be molded into a productive NFL tight end. So in his summary, they say he's raw but gifted, limited tight end prospect, boasts tantalizing physical tools that scream mismatch weapons in the passing game. His blend of size, athleticism, natural receiving ability make him an intriguing developmental prospect for teams in need of more tight end with upside. This just screams to me a Raz type of player that at the next level is going to stand out as long as he stays healthy. Now his medicals are cleared up. They'll get to look at that at the combine very soon. They'll get to see, what he's got underneath the tank, underneath the hood. And then the testing at the combine, I think, is going to be off the chart for him. They show here a 4.69 40, which is already pretty quick for a tight end. I think he's going to top that. I'm not going to be shocked if he runs a 4.55, 4.6 40 with the top end speed. They point out how he can change direction with the plant of a foot and get top end speed quickly. So watching him on tape is actually a lot of fun, and you just wish there was more tape because he deceives linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties. He deceives them nonstop, and then just like that play right there, he snatches it away from them. Even though you don't have a lot of contested catch opportunities on his tape, he's someone that screams athlete at the next level that you can mold into the type of player that you want to become in your system, and that's exactly what Ben Johnson could want here. So here's that same play again where he punts the ball at the end. I like this fire. I don't know why this makes me so excited. I love that. Little pizzazz. So they say at the NFL level, he profiles best in a spread offense that can utilize his versatility and receiving skills while masking his blocking deficiencies. Initially, he may be limited to a situational role, primarily deployed in passing situations and red zone packages, where his size and catch radius can be maximized. His success will hinge on his ability to stay healthy, rapidly improve his functional strength and blocking technique, and translate his potential into on-field production. I just really, really like the prospect of this kid. This last part here, this is just blocking, showing his willingness now. He's not the cleanest blocker, but as you watch these, it shows his willingness to dive in there and get involved on every one of these. And some of these, chip off and catch a reception here or block out front like that. That's a good block right there. So I like this kid. I think he's going to be a good athlete at the next level. I'm not saying we go after a Tyler Warren or a Colston Loveland in the first or second round, but if Elijah Arroyo's there at 41 and we take him, I don't think any Bears fans should be upset over that. If we take him at 72, I'm thrilled. I don't think he'll fall that far with how much he's come up after the Senior Bowl. I think he really raised his stock there, and I think after the Combine, his stock is going to go up even more. He's one of the ones I'm going to key in at the Combine, one that I'm really going to be watching keenly to see where he goes. But you can see where they all have him ranked. NBC Sports has him at 37. They're the highest. Athletic has him at 39. Todd McShay at 43. NFL.com at 49. Sports Talk at 50. Mock Draft Database has him at 57. Draft Buzz at 80. Draft Tech at 81. PFF at 84. ESPN looks like a little outdated, a little old, 128. So I've got him going probably somewhere near the middle of the end of the second round to the middle of the third round. I won't be shocked if he goes any higher up here, though. If the Bears take him at 41, I won't be upset as long as we filled other needs. And this is where that whole concept of taking more players in free agency, allowing us to be freed up in the draft to pick best player available would come into play. You're not going to be able to take Elijah Arroyo unless you fill most of those needs in free agency. So I'm down with the Bears scattering that free agent money out, going for Kevin Zeitler instead of Trey Smith, getting Drew Dahlman, or, spreading that out around 7 or 8 players instead of 2 or 3 players with that $65 million that will be available in cap space. Then you can go after best player available. And if we take Elijah Arroyo at 41, I won't be upset at all. I really see the potential in him. He could easily fall into that third round range, though, with his injury history, though. So it'll be interesting to see where this kid ends up more than most. So I like him, though. Good prospect to me. Someone that I'm excited to follow and see. He's turned into, this year's Cade Stover. Those who followed me last year know that I fell in love with Cade Stover, the tight end prospect. I want us to draft a tight end in this draft, and there's a lot of good options for that. Elijah Arroyo is becoming one of my favorite targets. Just screaming with potential and speed and athleticism, just an overall prospect that just looks like someone that would fit Ben Johnson. So I'm really excited for this kid. I want to see where he ends up. Hopefully as a Bear. That would be so much fun for me and for the Bears, and I would love it. So, all right, appreciate you guys tuning into these, trying to get one of these out every single day. So until the next one, thanks for tuning in. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't done that by now. Until next time, the Bears, and bear down.